My name is Diane Wilhelm. I am with Mayflower Cruises and Tours. We are joined today to share with you, with Tri-County Active Adults, the New Orleans Pre-Mardi Gras Tour. This will depart 2027, February 2nd to the 7th. Amazing destinations and travels that Mayflower offers. We want to share you this great one as we make our journey. Mayflower has been around since the 70s. We have many experiences on our tours, like you're going to have deluxe accommodations, transportation, your luggage handling on and off the coach, in and out of the hotels. Along with that, you will have a professional tour manager who will be with you the entire time. We also have local and step-on guides and historians for you that will make the destination come alive even more than it will on its own. We will have unique dining experiences starting off with our first evening. We also have a guaranteed share program. Our guaranteed share program will give you an opportunity, excuse me, to sign up as a double or twin, whichever way you want to describe it, but pay for that twin rate and not have to worry about a single supplement. We will look and try to find you a roommate, of course, of the same gender, but if we do not find that roommate, you will not have to worry about ever paying that single supplement. You will only pay the twin rate. We will also have transportation with 10 or more that will take us to and from, because we are flying out of Philadelphia Airport to make our journey. As you can see, it will be 6 days, 8 meals. We have 3 nights in New Orleans, right there on the edge of the French Quarter. And then we're going to go and stay in Baton Rouge so we can experience all the other amazing history and beauty that Louisiana has to offer. By starting off the day, we're going to start off the city that it's on the Mississippi River. It's near the Gulf of Mexico. And of course, as we know it, it is nicknamed the Big Easy. Definitely known for its nightlife, vibrant life, the wonderful food, the cuisine that will just really hit all of our senses. But not only that, just spectacular love of life and enjoying the beauty that reflects around it. But we are there for a special reason. That special reason, of course, being the pre-Mardi Gras. So we're going to be able to enjoy the experience of what New Orleans and the area has to offer. But we want you to enjoy the experience by starting off our day on day 1. All right, we will arrive and then we will meet that evening around 6 p.m. Just transfer for our first dinner and experience. This dinner will definitely take us to the New Orleans Cooking School, located in a renovated molasses warehouse, and it will be able to see and enjoy the fact of the cuisine and being able to have everything that we have. We'll have that wonderful evening and experience. So then we'll go back and then we'll start off our next day. We'll have breakfast every morning. But we're going to start off with a New Orleans City Tour. This New Orleans City Tour will be by the trolleys. All right, the trolleys will take us around the wonderful city, being able to see the magnificent sights. Along with that, we're going to stop at the Mardi Gras World and Paradise area, which will be for the floats, for the wonderful seating that we're going to have for the definite parade for the pre-Mardi Gras. We're going to be able to enjoy, like I say, the French Quarter. Wonderful gardens that are known for throughout the area, very pristine, and being able to see the moss as it's seen here hanging from the trees, and just very well manicured and being able to enjoy. Of course, the history and the tour of Jackson Square, very significant of the area and being able to explore it. But we're going to then also do St. Louis Cathedral. St. Louis Cathedral is very ornate of its own influence, of the French influence, but we will see the mosaics, we'll see the culture, we'll see why it is so important to the area and how the city got its name. We will also enjoy that and going down, of course, the famed Bourbon Street. Going to enjoy the sights, the layers, all the different things before the good old city will come alive before the parade. Of course, you have to stop at the Riverwalk and seeing all the magnificent pieces of the Riverwalk and being able to see the area which we'll enjoy even further later. But as I said, we're going to go to the Mardi Gras world. This is where the making of the parade floats. This started back in 1947. The artist Blaine Kern Studios is the one who made it come alive. We're going to be able to see the creating of the floats that have the history. But we're going to have all of that part will be a piece that we'll get to experience up close and personal before we actually have the opportunity to enjoy it in regards to the parade itself. Here we're going to have the festivities and everything of the Mardi Gras parade with our reserved bleacher seats. We'll be able to cheer on. We're going to be able to see the sponsors of the different floats and delight in the wonderful ornate costumes and the royal court, which will definitely catch your eye as we sit there and experience our time and all the festivities that it comes to offer. But you can't end the day without hitting the traditional king cake. We need to find that little king in the cake. Hopefully you're the lucky one that does get that luck. But it is one of the traditional Mardi Gras treats that wouldn't be complete without having the experience of the king cake. The next day we will start off again after breakfast. We will head out to the World War II Museum in the free time to begin to explore into this magnificent museum. It really is an area that will demonstrate, and it is a remarkable attraction of all those who fought very bravely in the area and just their representation of the war and what was so significant that makes us very proud to be Americans. This gives us a chance to see a lot of the icon pieces that have survived through the war, but the people and just the information that will just really come alive. Each museum that I've gone to for the World War II Museum just really adds a different layer and a different perspective. This will not be short of anything magnificent to be able to have time to explore all of that. We will then take our day on day 4. We're going to head out and we're going to go to the Cajun swamps. We're going to come into the Mighty Oaks area of New Orleans. We're going to embrace and embark on a narrated journey that will take us through the wetlands. It is really spectacular because you're going to see brilliant floral. You're going to be seeing the wildlife. And of course, the many things that we will experience will come alive for us. The king of the swamp, of course, the good old the alligator. All right, we're going to venture then to the plantation and seeing everything for the majestic oaks and the many things that we'll have. So you'll get that opportunity to really see just all the things about just the uniqueness about the region and the people. But not only that, the Oak Alley plantation is just impressive, as we say, whose 25 acres of history and romance and many different things. But most importantly, the over 300-year-old live oak trees. That will be just really a character of its own. They're going to really take on its own fun life. I used to sit there and I'd draw them and give you that elegance that it offers everyone to be able to experience. But the interior is just as pristine as it was back in the day. So you're going to have the opportunity to experience and explore and life as it was and what they have preserved today. But before leaving the area, you definitely have to have one of the tasty mint juleps. They're very known for that. When you come into the Laura plantation, this will give you a chance to really add and set the stage of just truly experience. It will stand in an authentic 1840s slave cabin. You'll have a combination of that rich in depth of history that you're going to see in your local guide is really going to have this really come alive and put you in that setting to make it feel very true to the presentation it is. So coming through the Laura plantation, you're going to see similarities but differences of each the ones that you're going to see on the tour. So this will give you an opportunity to really enjoy it and explore and experience and seeing uniqueness about the South. All right, and having its presentation. But here you will have their own museum. Their own museum will take us through the history, talking about the slavery, talking about the plantation and the crops, etc., and what had made the South so very special and important in the history of the South. So as you can see, the slave cabin, you're going to see how the simplicity and the parts of their lives. I always smile because they sit there and I look at this one. Of course, it's being very aged, but I remember the movie The Help and seeing where the people had lived and going through. This will give you up close and personal, even more in depth of what it really was like. So then we have the next day we go to Jean Lafayette and Avery Island, and of course the magnificent Evangeline Oak makes our fabulous poem that we have. This we'll have, and then we'll add with the Acadian Culture Center, learning about the history of the Acadians, why they settled here, and all the different parts that will come a part of it. But one thing that's unique about it is even on the site, all right, we have the Tabasco pepper sauce factory. You're going to have its original facade and being able to learn about everything about good old Tabasco. All right, having all the different flavors from the mild to the super spicy to that. Maybe you're one that really enjoys just a lovely little taste, but gives you a chance to be able to have that part of richness of the history that is in that area. But as I was saying, we go to the Acadian Culture Center. Here it will be a display of just really having taken the history and the photos and really putting us into life as it was back in the day, being able to see where the growth in the building of the region had come into such a significant piece. Elements in different parts of that have been preserved. It's just a wonderful opportunity to really enjoy your experience as you make your way through it. But that evening, we are going to have another one of those wonderful food opportunities. We're going to be able to see the walls and being able to enjoy the music that we have coming through the part. The dinner, of course, Prejean's restaurant, being able to have the jambalaya, having all the wonderful flavors that we're going to be there. It is something that if you have food allergies, no worries, just tell us. There are always options that we can sit there and provide for you. So we are going out February 22nd and 2027, February 2nd to the 7th. $29.99 includes your air, your tour. A single is only $9.99 for those who want to do it. And if you want to spend more time at the beginning in New Orleans, you can do that. It is $2.99 for the tax and a breakfast for the room. So if there's two of you room, that would be split in half. We do have an early booking savings. We want you to take advantage of this. We have a savings of $500 per person or $100 per couple that will be applied to your final payment. Deposit for this tour is only $200 per person, and it is due at the time of reservation. We do have the reservation forms we want you to fill out. Excuse me. Turn back to Polly, and then make a note that November 2nd will be your final payment. If you feel, and I always highly recommend, is Traveler's Protection. This protects you for anything prior to going, while you're on the tour, and the opportunity of anything that could happen. $349 per person. It is due at the time of reservation to waive pre-existing conditions. Along with that, it gives you that security and also the benefit of cancel for any reason, and you would get 100% of your monies back, except for the cost of the insurance up till 24 hours prior to departure. So we want to thank you for the time looking at our pre-Mardi Gras tour and the wonderful things that Louisiana has to offer. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Polly is always here to help you and to be able to give you a chance to experience the wonderful flavors and everything that has to offer. Thank you.